Tensions are boiling over in the South China Sea, and this time it's not just about fishing rights. It's about a dangerous clash that could have far-reaching consequences. A shocking incident involving water cannons and ramming vessels has sparked a heated exchange of accusations between the Philippines and China, leaving the world watching with bated breath. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Both sides are pointing fingers, each claiming the other is to blame for this high-stakes confrontation. On October 12, 2025, a China Coast Guard vessel, identified as 21559, unleashed a water cannon on the Philippines Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources ship, BRP Thitu Island, in a dramatic scene captured in a handout image released by the Philippine Coast Guard. This incident, which occurred near the disputed Thitu Island, locally known as Pag-asa Island, has further escalated tensions in this resource-rich and strategically vital waterway. The Philippines was quick to condemn China's actions, alleging that Chinese maritime forces not only used water cannons, but also rammed a Filipino vessel. In a bold statement, the Philippine Coast Guard described these actions as a clear threat to their sovereignty and the safety of their fishermen. According to Manila, 3 Filipino vessels were peacefully anchored near the island as part of a government initiative to protect local fishermen when Chinese ships approached aggressively, using water cannons to intimidate them. And this is the part most people miss. Just an hour later, the situation took a dangerous turn. A Chinese Coast Guard ship allegedly fired its water cannon directly at a Philippine vessel before ramming its stern, causing minor damage but thankfully no injuries. The Philippine Coast Guard's account paints a picture of unprovoked aggression, but China tells a very different story. China's Coast Guard fired back with its own accusations, claiming that 2 Philippine government vessels illegally entered waters near Sandy Cay, a coral reef within the northern Thitu reefs of the Spratly Islands. Beijing insists that a Philippine vessel dangerously approached a Chinese Coast Guard ship, placing the blame squarely on Manila for the ensuing collision. This conflicting narrative raises a thought-provoking question. Who is truly at fault, and what does this mean for the future of this disputed region? Manila's authorities have vowed to continue their operations in the area, emphasizing their commitment to protecting the livelihoods of Filipino fishermen. But with tensions already heightened over other contested regions like the Scarborough Shoal, this incident adds fuel to an already fiery situation. China claims almost the entire South China Sea, but it's not alone in its ambitions. Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Vietnam also assert claims over portions of this strategic trade route, which handles over $3 trillion in annual shipborne commerce. As the world watches, one thing is clear. The South China Sea remains a powder keg of competing interests and unresolved disputes. Is this the latest chapter in a long-standing conflict, or a dangerous escalation that could redraw the lines of international relations? We want to hear from you. Do you think this incident will lead to further confrontation, or is there still room for diplomacy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.